This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a fully engulfed structure fire in Tacopa Monday afternoon.
On mid-afternoon Monday, we were dispatched for a mutual aid assignment to the Tacopa or Inyo Fire District, and specifically in the area of Charleston View for a well-involved structure fire. It was thought that it was actually a manufactured dwelling that was well involved. There was numerous exposures. Upon arrival, we in fact found that a mostly consumed single-wide manufactured dwelling with a vehicle parked in very close proximity. We believe it was actually car parts, not actually a full intact vehicle. And the crews commenced a defensive exterior attack on that and halted it for the forward progress to any of the nearby exposures. Once Inyo was able to arrive on location, we turned the scene over to them, and they finished up the mop up and the overhaul of that fire.
Was this an occupied residence?
It did not appear to be an occupied. It appeared to be a vacant type structure. However, there was thought to be some recent activity at that site. Unknown whether they were dismantling portions of that structure or they were dismantling portions of the vehicles that were parked there.
Inyo is a volunteer fire department, right?
It is.
And so they weren't able to get the crew together in time, or what was the delayed notification there?
The initial report to us is that they were in the process of mustering a crew, which means assembling a crew. And upon arrival, we were there just a relatively short period of time, and their resources came in. They had a staffed ambulance and a staffed water tender, and they came over and took care of the rest of the job.
Does the fire seem to be suspect, or is it accidental?
It's thought to be less than accidental, only because if it was an accidental fire in this particular case, the people who had been in that area probably would have stayed. So unknown for the reason whether or not they were dismantling again to offset some of the costs and materials that were still available there.
Is there investigation going to be conducted?
That would be up to the Inyo Fire District as far as what they're going to do. Actually, we were providing mutual aid not only to a differing department, but outside of our state.
And here's Ronnie Gibson with Nye County Public Auction.
The following is brought to you by Nye County Auction.
This weekend, we've got a huge public auction. We're back up and running since New Year's Day. So we're going to be having a sale on Saturday here at 10 a.m. Tons and tons and tons of merchandise. We've filled the building up. We have furniture and collectibles, very nice selection of ammunition and gun-related items, magazines, reloading equipment. We've got a bunch of art in here today, collectibles, art glass, camping stuff, tools. I mean, it's everything all over the wall. And we're just trying to clean up some stuff that we have. And the building is chock full for this weekend.
Is this going to be Saturday at 10 a.m. and people can preview, right?
Yeah, people can come in and preview all day between 9 and 5 on Friday. And then, the auction starts at 10 a.m. Our doors open up at 9 o'clock on Saturday. You can also take a look at our website for some of the pictures. We do have some pictures up right now, and we always try to get it updated as quick as possible. The website's www.nyeauctions.com.
And is this an online auction too?
No, this is just one of our live auctions here. It gives everybody that's local here a chance to get some really nice items that we have here. We do online auctions, but those are scheduled from time to time.
Where are you guys at?
We're at 850 South Lola Lane, same street as the hospital.
All right, and what's the phone number for more information?
Phone number, give us a call at 775-537-2500.
And once again, that website?
www.nyeauctions.com.
The Board of County Commissioners had on their agenda a presentation, discussion, and deliberation regarding Draft 6 for Stage 1 of the Groundwater Management Plan for Basin 162.
So that would be my motion for a plan to go back to the Water Board, thanking the committee for their time and turning this back over to the Water Board where I believe it should have stayed to begin with.
This may also come under perjury through omission. I don't really know. Another definition describes.
Let's stay on.
Another
plan.
definition of fraud includes deceit, trickery, sharp practice, or breach of confidence perpetrated for profit or to gain.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask the DA for an opinion on this. He's accusing the people of the committee of fraud and misrepresentation. Is this good?
I'm defining. If the shoe fits, you're claiming it. That's fine.
I wasn't on that committee, sir.
I'm defining what.
You directed it to that committee.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to have argument.
Okay.
I'm not going to have argument, and again, the public is
Under the
Public's going to give us what they want to say. We really don't have.
under pretense of
Hold on
water.
1 second, let me finish this. When we went through an open meeting law and we went through ethics, they basically told us you can sit here and listen to what they have to say. I don't want to go through that process. and have
Except
to
at the
argue.
beginning where it says slanderous, repetitious, and all those other reasons.
Slander is only slander if it's not true.
So,
Maybe we need,
DA's not going to chime in on this, then?
maybe we need to take it out of the beginning of the meeting.
so if you want to
Remove
defer
the
to the
word
DA, she's
slander.
going to tell you just what I just said.
Ms. Wickman, you need to recuse yourself from even talking on this subject because your husband is part of the committee that wrote this thing, and you, under comment at the last meeting, said you proofread it. So that's conflict of interest right there. So
The only way there can be a conflict of interest is if my household benefits from the vote that I make. It doesn't affect me or my household in the least.
So,
Chairman,
with that,
Chairman,
Yes, ma'am. I'm not the chairman, he is.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at
I
him.
was directing it towards the chairman. I'm not sure, we didn't have any discussion, and I just want to clarify that the DA's office doesn't get involved in personal conflicts of interest for the board. That's not my position. It's not my job. Those are decisions that are made by individual board members and individual board members only between there and their private counsel.
In the end, the commissioners decided to scrap the entire plan after public outcry and begin anew with representatives and a fresh plan. The Board of County Commissioners meetings are proudly brought to you by Gary Neff at Jewelry of Romance and Ron Chase at Nevada Public Auction.
and we'll be back with more local news in a moment.